June is soon coming to a close. With that comes the month of July. Today we will be discussing sneakers to resell in the month of July. If you're not into reselling, that is okay as well. You could use this as a guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may potentially go on sale because, hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we will be discussing the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether the sneaker will be profitable or not, or if they may even sit on shelves, resulting in a sale price. Feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications just so you stay 100% updated on all these profitable releases. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info, KeithAdam10, and also personals for you, such as the recent shock drops we have been seeing. Buckle up this month because we do have another good one ahead of us. Kicking it off with July 1st, we have the Dunk High Lemon Twist dropping for $110. However, they're only loaded on Finish Line as of now, hence I think that they may potentially be delayed, at least at most retailers. Regardless, when they do drop, I am expecting easy lunch money on these with a decent margin. Although pre-sale is very high at the moment, I am certainly expecting this to drop a notable amount post-drop, like the majority of recent Dunk Highs that we have been seeing. Then, essentially the same situation goes for the Dunk High University Red. They're loaded for the first on the Finish Line calendar, but might be delayed, at least for most retailers. Retail is $120, and similar to the prior pair, I'm only expecting around lunch money for these. Still not terrible since retail is quite low. Then we also have two grade school dunks precisely in the same situation, loaded for the Finish Line and JD Sports calendar, but there's a good chance that these are unfortunately going to be delayed. Regardless of these dunks being delayed from the first, they should still be releasing sometime within July, and I will keep you guys updated with the new dates, of course. Regarding both of these though, similar to the other dunks, I'm only expecting around lunch money and a subpar margin on these. Nothing too notable, but potential for easy money nonetheless. Then also on July 1st for $190, we have the Jordan 6 Women's Gold Hoops. I don't have exact stock as of now, but I'd imagine it is high as usual for Jordan 6 general release. Assuming it is high, I do not have good expectations for these. At best, you might be able to make a little bit of lunch money with a poor margin in size 10 and up, only if you have no tax in your state. Otherwise, just mainly a personal. And finally, for July 1st, for $220, the New Balance 990 V3 Bodega will be releasing globally following their initial Bodega release. Initially, if you did sell quick enough, they were easy, small profit, nothing too significant, but as of now, with all of them already in circulation, they're essentially just a personal pair, not much profit at all to be made, sadly. Don't sleep if you do want that personal though, as I certainly do expect these to sell out everywhere. Then on July 3rd for $190, we have the Jordan 4 White Cement releasing. This is a general release and stock is unfortunately very high, but so is demand. Unfortunately, I'm only expecting lunch money with a subpar margin if you do have no tax, primarily in the large sizes 10 and up. If you do have tax in your state, on the other hand, I'd only expect a couple dollars profit with a poor margin at best. Unless you are able to find local buyers, it is always ideal to try to flip retros locally. As for grade school and kid sizes though, I can't say the same, unfortunately, mainly just a personal for those sizes. Then also on July 3rd for $120, Europe will be having their release for the Ishod Wair Magnus Walker Dunks. Just like before, you could still expect these to be very profitable with an incredible margin, full throttle of course. Then also on July 3rd, in Europe only, we have the SB Dunk High Maize and Black releasing. I'm expecting these to be profitable with a decent margin. As for the US release on these, it should follow later this month though. And finally, for July 3rd, we are also getting some retailers in the US to drop the Dunk High Black and White Women's after already seeing the Europe release. I say some retailers because some are also listed for the 16th of this month, and while Nike is actually set for the 27th of this month. Regardless, all these releases are still set to be this month in July. I'm expecting these to maintain profitability with a decent margin, nothing crazy, but easy money nonetheless. Now, prior to moving on, I do have two exciting announcements and updates for you guys who have been patiently waiting. First of all, just another update on Gargantua AIO, which I briefly discussed last month as well. Free beta has now started for a portion of endurance users, and it could not have gone any better thus far. We have been absolutely demolishing foot sites as of recently, and we are going to be unlocking even more sites shortly. Once the majority of Endurance members get their free beta, then I will start dropping some beta keys on Twitter as well, so if you guys are interested, make sure you are following the Twitter page. Regarding the second announcement though, Endurance is finally going to be restocking on July 2nd, Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CEST in Europe. Link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Endurance is a group to help you fully exploit the secondary market, but what is it that makes Endurance so different though? To start off, Endurance offers numerous softwares completely free for all members to help them exploit drops. All members have access to a location spoofer to help them exploit sneaker stashes, sneakers passes, frenzy drops, etc. All members have access to an autofill tool with auto checkout and auto add to cart to destroy drops and restocks even if they don't have a bot. All members have access to a custom queue bot to help them efficiently pass waiting rooms on sites like Adidas, Finish Line, Mesh, Snipes, and even has a cookie feature for efficiently passing queue on Yeezy Supply. And for any botters, we also offer free software to help you guys out as well. For example, this could turn a one-click Gmail, profile converter, account gen, and much more, and even cheap in-house residential proxies available 24/7 for the most reliable providers. But that's not the end of it. We love innovation, and we're always developing new things to separate us from others. Then, of course, we have amazing relationships with a number of elite commercial bots for group buys that members actually want. My personal favorite, though, above all, Nike sneakers earlier, for shock drops, scratches, AR hunts, sneaker stashes on hype releases, you name it. Out of all the cookouts this month, I'd say my favorites were probably those involving our free auto checkout extension or numerous electronic and sports card cookouts thanks to our custom monitors. We do significantly more than sneakers, as you can see, encompassing everything in the secondary market that you could imagine. So again, the Endurance restock will be on July 2nd, Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CEST in Europe. Link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Mark your calendars and set your alarms. Moving on to the rest of the releases though, on July 8th for $100, the Dunk Low Laser Orange will be dropping in the US since Europe has already released these at the end of May. Expect these to still be very profitable with a great margin. Also on July 8th, the Jordan 13 Low Grade School Very Berry will be releasing for $130. Personal only for these, but I do expect them to sell out. Also, I figured I'd mention now, sometime in early July, we should be seeing the Off-White Air Force One University Gold ICA. This is essentially the same situation as what we saw with the MCA release back in 2019. Shout out to all Endurance members who were a part of that insane cookout thanks to our Nike early info. Anyway, expect these to be extremely profitable with an insane margin, of course, obviously full throttle. Make sure to follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and personals for you for any urgent updates on these or any hype sneaker in general. While on the topic of July releases with no exact date though, I figured I'd mention some Yeezys that are supposed to be releasing later in July and just don't have dates as of yet. First, we have the Yeezy 700 MNVN Blue Tint. Now, although MNVNs used to always perform great, I'm expecting a similar performance to these as the recent blue pair that we just saw, which unfortunately was only about lunch money with a subpar margin in large sizes 10 and up, and not much at all for the smaller sizes. So it's definitely not the ideal drop, but still some easy small profit can be made on those larger sizes. More importantly though, also in July we will be seeing two more Yeezy Foamrunners release, specifically the Yeezy Foamrunner MX Cream Clay and Ochre colorways. Both of these will be releasing for $80, and you can expect them to be very profitable with an incredible margin, just like prior releases, full throttle. Back to releases with dates though, on July 9th for $100 we should be seeing another Converse GLF, this time the Yellow Flame colorway. Similar to how the last Flame pair performed initially, I am expecting this pair to be very profitable with a very good margin as well, especially in the smaller sizes. Then on July 10th for $190, the Jordan 3 Racer Blue will be dropping. Now, although pre-sale is high as of right now, expect this to drop significantly towards the release. I only expect sizes 10 and up to be lunch lunch money with a subpar margin for those who do not have tax in their state. If you do have tax, on the other hand, you will likely only be able to make a couple dollars with a poor margin at best, unless of course you can sell locally, as I was suggesting before. Regarding grade school and kids sizes though, all should be personal only. Also on July 10th for $200, the Lebron 8 South Beach will finally be dropping in the US following their initial Europe release. This pair has been a grail for many older sneaker collectors like myself. In fact, I still even have the OG pair, in fact, because I like them so much. However, unfortunately, despite this high demand, the stock is also quite high. Therefore, I'm only expecting around lunch money for the majority of sizes and a little more than lunch money in size 10 and up with a decent margin. Although not the most profitable, there should still be some easy profit to be made on these because of how highly demanded they are thanks to their history. Then on July 14th for $130, the Air Force One Experimental USPS will be dropping in the US following their early Europe release. Sadly, it is looking like these are mostly going to be a personal now, at best maybe a little lunch money on larger sizes, but I'm even skeptical of that as of now. Moving on to July 17th though, for $170 in men and $130 in grade school sizes, the Jordan 1 Electro Orange will be dropping. Now, although pre-sale looks great as of right now, I am unfortunately only expecting lunch money at best for these, perhaps just marginally better than the Fusion Red Jordan 1s. Grade school pairs should have the better margin on these in comparison to the men's sizes, and for the men's sizes, focus on the larger sizes, and those should perform better. Don't expect much on these, but there should be some easy lunch money to be made nonetheless, and we will gladly take lunch money. Then on July 18th for $170, the Jordan 11 IE Bread will be releasing. Personal only when it comes to these, and you might even be able to find these for under retail in the secondary market for those of you who are interested for personal. Then on July 22nd for $100, the Dunk Low Purple Pulse will be dropping. Expect these to be very profitable with a great margin. Full throttle on these for sure. Then also on July 22nd for $100 as well, the same goes for the Dunk Low Yellow Strike. Full throttle on these too. Moving on to July 24th though, for $190, the Jordan 12 Twist will be dropping. Unfortunately, I am not expecting these to maintain profitability though, so personal only when it comes to these, although I am expecting them to sell out, so if you do want a personal pair, don't sleep. And last but certainly not least, in fact the best of this month, we have a potential drop on July 29th, and that is for the Jordan 1 Travis Scott Fragment collab. Obviously, you could expect these to be extremely profitable with an absolutely insane margin, no question about it. Full throttle, obviously, when it comes to these. You guys should know this by now. But anyway, that will conclude it for this month. Remember that the limited endurance restock will take place on July 2nd, Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. CEST. Link and password will be tweeted from Endurance's Twitter. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or perhaps if you learned a thing or two. Subscribe and enable post notifications just so you always are 100% updated on all these hyped sneakers and many more, of course. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers or Adidas accounts. Also, feel free to follow on Gargantua's Twitter if you want to keep up with the progress or free beta key drops. And last but not least, make sure to follow Keith Adam 10 and Personals for You. This way, you guys stay 100% updated on all the urgent info like I was discussing today. With that though, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and good luck on all these upcoming releases.